Hi, thanks for joining me. Mother's Day is just around the corner, and my heart this week has been kind of heavy thinking of a lot of women that maybe they're not looking forward to Mother's Day, that this is not a great day for them, and they find it really hard. I just want to let you know I can understand this. I used to dread Mother's Day. I have a wonderful mom, and I'm thankful that she's still with me and we can celebrate her this weekend. But there were many long years when I cried out to God for a child. And it was very hard to go to church and to see uh, the mothers and grandmothers acknowledged. And I think most years they were given carnations or something like that. And I left the church with empty arms again. It was never really acknowledged what was going on. My pastor and a few close friends knew what was going on, but they didn't really know what to say or what to do. They couldn't really relate. I'm sure they realized to some extent how painful it was, but just didn't know how to communicate that with me. So now, thankful I am to God that I have a daughter who is almost 28 years old now, and I'm a stepmom to two amazing young adults, and also have a wonderful daughter-in-law. But what most people don't know is after years of struggle with infertility and many Mother's Days of dreading, that I do have two sons waiting for me in heaven. The first Mother's Day between when I lost my first son and when Victoria was born was really bittersweet. I was able to again celebrate my mom, and I was looking forward to the birth of my child, but also I was worried, was I going to lose her as well? I was still mourning the loss of my son. I was very nervous at that time. She was born perfect and healthy, and everything went very well. But about a year and a half later, another little boy was born to me just too soon again. Now, there are many of you beautiful women that are tuning in right now, and many women that maybe you that are watching know in your circle who have really heavy hearts this season. Maybe you've had a miscarriage or a stillbirth or more than one. Losing a child that no one else has ever met is extremely painful because that child is not really real to anyone else but you. But there is no deeper hurt to this type of loss than a mother that loses a child due to illness or accident or suicide. It's just terrible, no matter how you've lost this child. There are other mothers whose children are estranged from them, that they are out there somewhere, but mom doesn't know what's going on with them or if they're okay. Still, other women are missing their own moms, who've passed away, or they are estranged from them. So much pain around this holiday is often just covered up, or the women just hide away at home. I'm really thankful right now to be part of a church that acknowledges openly that Mother's Day is not the best day of the year for everyone, and it's a hard day for some. And they just really acknowledge that, all women are loved by God and by the rest of the church family, and we're really supported in that time, and I really do appreciate that. This year, if this is where you find yourself in a season of loss and hurting on Mother's Day, I give you permission to ask for what you need. The people around you are not mind readers, and they may not know exactly what you need or what you want. If you need a shoulder, maybe it's going to have to be a virtual one this year, but ask your husband, a sibling, a friend, maybe a woman in leadership at your church, or someone that you know that has gone through a similar circumstance, like myself. I don't want you to stuff down the pain. I don't want you just to put on a happy face and pretend that everything's okay if it's really not. You need to be real. Being real doesn't always mean being negative. We can still look at the good part of the day, be thankful for where God has brought us and for all that we do have in our life, but acknowledge that this still may be not the greatest day of the year for you. It's okay to be you on Mother's Day. that's totally fine. What's helped me, besides reaching out to those that I love, is focusing on worship. You know, heaven's just a little bit sweeter when you know your child or your children are waiting there for you. So I like to sing songs about heaven that day. Maybe treat yourself. You're worth it. I like to maybe indulge in hobbies that I enjoy. Some scrapbooking or some knitting, just enjoying something that I like to do. Sometimes just keeping busy or focusing on someone else. Maybe in your season of loss, you know someone else that's hurting and you can reach out and help them. And just keeping our minds occupied is a way to be a blessing and get through that day. If you know of a woman that might be hurting on this Mother's Day, reach out if you can. Don't worry if you don't know what to say. That's all right. She doesn't care. Just say, maybe today is hard for you. What can I do for you? How can I pray for you? And I'm here and I'm praying. I've had a lot of women that God has brought to my mind this last few days, and I've been praying for them. I've been reaching out to them when it's possible for me. For me, this year, it's going to be a good day. I'm planning a virtual dinner with my mom and my daughter. We had a virtual dinner with my stepchildren and my daughter-in-law last Sunday. My husband always spoils me, doesn't matter if it's Mother's Day or not. That's just the way he is. You know, he didn't walk this path with me, but he's very patient and he listens. He wants to hear all about it, and he understands that even though it's a good day, that there are going to be tears. There are going to be memories that I'm going to talk about on that day, even though 29 years has passed. But you know, God's been faithful to me. He's given me victory. I have a child in my life that I love dearly and is so good to me, and we are quite close. I have amazing stepchildren. I think God is so wonderful that I've lost 2 children, and then I have 2 children added to my life. And I've told them what a blessing they are to me. And I think that this journey has made me more dependent on God, because these were things that I could not control or manage in any way by myself. So if you're in this place, know that you're not expected to manage this by yourself. That reach out to others, reach out to God, and just pour your heart out to Him, and He will be there. If there's anything that I can do for you, if you want to leave a comment, if you want to share your story with me, or you just need me to pray with you, I'd really, really be honored to do that. So I just want you to have a wonderful Mother's Day. Whatever that means to you, I want you to make it the best that you can have it be. And just know that when you go to bed that night, then it is in the past, and God will be with you. I know He will, and I'm praying that you will feel that presence with you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.